Greetings and blessings, everyone. I am Alsharon of the GodStar. This evening, we wish to speak to you about something that is important, something that will assist you upon your path. Because at the end of the day, the purpose for channeling, for sharing space in coming in and speaking, is to assist people on their journey, to assist people to move forward in their own incarnation, shall we say. Now, I wish to start with something very practical, shall we say. It is imperative that you utilize your tools, one of which is imagination. Another is discernment, very important. I have spoken about these before. I will leave them for where they are in this moment. But there is something more important and pressing to speak to you about. In this world, there is great change happening. If you were to sit down and watch what you term your news, you would think that everything is headed to hell, shall we say, that everything is horrible, that there is nothing but bad news. But in truth, there's a lot of positive things that are happening in this moment. There are shifts in consciousness occurring on this planet. And I'm going to tell you why there is shifts in consciousness happening on this planet. It is because of you, each and every starseed. You see, the starseeds are here. Many of them think that they are here to evolve and ascend, and you are not. You are here to be living examples, to show the way, shall we say, to demonstrate a difference, shall we say. It is the way it is. And you do this. Have you ever considered something? You have a challenge before you. It can be a very difficult challenge, a very difficult experience to be having, but you go through valleys and hills and up and down, and finally you overcome your challenge. It is a win. You have expanded yourself. You have expanded your knowledge, your wisdom. You have shown yourself that you can be faced with something and overcome it. Now, this is a very powerful experience for you. But that experience goes into the collective unconsciousness. And there could be someone halfway around the world from where you are who feels the energy of what you've gone through and what you've experienced and how you've overcome it. And it gives them the inspiration to overcome their own challenge, to make a different choice. You see, this happens every day. It is happening right now as we speak. But what is the issue? The issue is you don't know this. You know you've been faced with a challenge and you've overcome it. You feel stronger for the experience, but you don't realize you've actually made a difference to other people who you do not know, who do not know you. You will never meet in this incarnation. You must understand, you view life here in a very singular way, and it is because this is density. It is third dimensional density. It is filled with illusion and games, and it is linear time. So instead of circular time where you can move and be more fluid with things, you have here past, future, present. Even in quantum time, you have past and present, but it is different. How you experience time there is very different. If you move into the sixth dimension, time again is different. It is neither good nor bad. It is neither right or wrong. It simply is. But here it is so vitally important, especially as a starseed, to view things from a higher perspective. Look at it more from a higher way of viewing things. You look at situations and you say, this is completely unfair. I should not be experiencing this. Or so-and-so should not have to experience this. They are such good people. But you see, when you incarnate here, there isn't a situation that when you turn 18, you get a secret scroll that shows all of the things that you have to go through. It doesn't work that way. On a very deep soul level, you know the exact moment when this incarnation is going to end. And you know how it's going to end. And will that come into your consciousness? No. Doesn't need to. You need to be focused here. This is your opportunity to create your life, your path. It begins by letting go, by releasing that which no longer serves. How would you feel if you knew someone, you had known them all your life, and every time you are around this person, it breaks into a fight, into an argument? Doesn't mean that you don't love each other, that you don't, whatnot, but you just do not get along. You do not see eye to eye on anything. Everything is a conflict. What is the right course of action in that scenario? To simply stay forevermore in that relationship, or to walk away? Remember, this is one incarnation. You've had hundreds of incarnations. Let's say you've had 300 incarnations. On average, you have lived to the age of 70. That would mean that over a course of time, you have actually been alive on this planet in an incarnation for 2,100 years. Think about that. You see, you are not required to interact with someone that takes your energy, that works to bring you into density, meaning bringing you down. So many people do things or remain in relationships, all different kinds of relationships, not because their heart says so, but because they believe they have convinced themselves or somebody else has convinced them that it is an obligation. Now I'm going to tell you something revolutionary. There is one obligation you have: to follow your heart. That is it. You see, mankind on this planet believes that in order to achieve anything, no matter what it is, it must be difficult. It must be hard. That if you say, call someone a friend, you must always be their friend. It doesn't work that way. There are people who will come into your life and you will meet them and it will be like, oh, wow, it's like we've known each other for years. We're like two peas in a pod. We get along so well together. And you know each other for 3 years. And the feeling is gone. Because whatever they needed to give to you and whatever you needed to give to them has been done. And you move on. And then there are those people who will remain in your life for the entire incarnation. But most of them will come and go. Now there is a reason why I am giving you this example. I want you to think about this carefully. Think about those people that you have been friends with in years gone by that are no longer part of your life. Not because anyone did anything wrong. It's because you moved in different directions. You were intertwined for a while, but no longer. And then you have a much smaller group of people that are in your life, that have been in your life for a long time. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying here. And the reason I am saying this is something for a very perfect reason. Truth. What is truth? Truth can be subjective. When a Pleiadian hears a piece of truth, it may not be truth to someone from Sirius. Someone from Sirius may hear a truth, and it is not a truth to someone from Arcturus or from the Pleiades. There are certain truths that are true no matter what. What is the greatest power in the universe? I'm going to share with all of you the greatest power in the universe, bar none. You ready? The greatest power in the universe is unconditional love. How many of you truly know unconditional love? With truth, one must remain fluid. One must remain open. Because what is true today may not be true tomorrow, or in 6 months' time, or in a year's time. But there are certain truths, a much smaller amount, but there are certain truths that are true all the way along. You see, as you awaken, as you open within, as you move further on your path, you move up a level. Certain things that were true before are no longer true, and all of a sudden you find that you're discovering new truths. one of the worst things you can do is become rigid in your truths. Whereas if you remain fluid, if you remain open to your truths, then you can move forward in a way that is spectacular and amazing. And you won't fall in the traps. You see, in this density, there are traps. There are tests. There are those people out there saying, well, I'm tired of tests. I'm tired of incarnating on this planet. I've paid my dues. I've done my time. You know, I deserve better. And yet you're here in service because a call went out with the signature of Source. And you stood up and you said, count me in. And you've gone through so many lifetimes, so many incarnations, asleep, unaware of who you truly are while incarnated here. And now all of a sudden, you are awakening. Some of you have amazing gifts and abilities. Others are trying to discover who they are. Find out what they are. Ask your heart. You see, the heart cannot lie, will not lie to you. It is there to guide you, to assist you in discerning what is your truth. You can work. Imagine, if you will, there are 20 people. Now, amongst those 20 people, there are different things that each one of them holds as true. Some of the things that some of them hold as true, others do not find them to be true at all. And all 20 can successfully work together for a higher purpose, for a greater goal, if you will, a greater way of being, if you will. This is your opportunity to step more fully into your shoes and your path. I come in here to give you keys, to give you clues, to give you information, to assist you upon the journey that you are traveling on. It is magnificent. You are here changing this world. You are here opening a pathway for the humanity of this world in their evolution and their ascension. As Starseed, you are the Ascended Masters. Oh yes, I know. You are sitting there going, but I don't have very much money. I have health problems. I have this and I have that. Oh, right, I'm some Ascended Master, aren't I? And I would sit here and say to you, to your face, yes, you are. You must understand and realize this is about something greater and more. This is about something that is changing this world. You have Starseed, like this one here, who is a teacher, who is a healer, who does the work to assist the other Starseed on this planet. And there are others who do, readings and healings and things like this, and are spiritual teachers as well. And there are many starseed who do not do any of that work. Some are pretending to because they want to so badly. They think they're supposed to. But it's, for many starseed, it's about bringing light into dark places, which is why being in mainstream makes more of a difference than you can imagine. Then there are starseed who are struggling, who are fighting because they have medical issues or health problems or financial problems or whatever the case may be. Then you have those starseed who are like the placeholders who aren't awakening at all, but they are running energy on this planet. They are monitoring the grids. You have the watchers who are watching and observing everything. What you must understand is this: every starseed has a role. Every role is sacred, is divine, and is important. Your job is very simple. Live your life from your heart. Discern the information. Only take that which resonates. If something does not resonate, do not judge it or criticize it. Just let it go, because it's going to resonate with somebody else. I guarantee it. It is time to realize you are the ascended masters here on this planet. Because you have already ascended on the planets where you come from. I am here to remind you of this simple fact. You watch the news. There is war happening here. There is war happening there. There is this conflict and that conflict. All of these horrible things. And yet, there are many wonderful things happening on this planet right now. There are people awakening. There are people who have decided to change the way they live. Instead of conflict and being cruel to others, they decide to live a different life, to assist people, to live from their heart. You look back on your life and say, I have all these regrets. I have made these mistakes. And I would say to you, let go of the regrets. In that moment, you made the best choice you could. Or you didn't realize you had a choice. Or you felt pressured into making that choice. You learned from it. You grew from it. You became more aware. That's part of the awakening process. Every life you are learning to live here in that lifetime according to the path set out for you that you help set out yourself. Realize there is more at play here than meets the eye. And we have your back. We are here for you. We are here to assist you and to guide you, to come in and to speak to you, to assist you to feel connected, to assist you to feel the love within. You come and you listen to my words, and you can feel the energy. You can feel love. You can feel support. And I tell you now, you can feel that whenever you want. Tune in. Reach out with your heart. Feel. Give yourself permission to feel. And if you are going to say to me, because I know that there is someone out there thinking this right now, I don't want to feel. I've been hurt many times. I would say to you, then begin the process and forgive and release and let go. If you live your life from that place of being a victim, of being fearful, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to criticize you. I will just continue to love you. But if you wish to live a life different from that, I tell you truly, you can choose a different life. So remember, be open. Start making the choices that you need to make from your heart. This is your opportunity. This is your means to make a change, to walk the path you are here to walk. And I will tell you now, you will be tested. You will start doing this, and all of a sudden people will come out of the woodwork to judge you, to question your thought process, to question your reality. And all you have to remember is one thing. Discern the information and follow your heart and guidance. Because you have to understand something. Nobody knows your story like you do. And nobody on this planet can walk your path except for you. And now we will take questions that you may have. Please feel free to ask any question you wish, and I will do my best to answer it promptly. Cetus. What you have to do is follow your heart. If that is where your heart is leading you, then follow. It takes time to open the doorway, to allow others to see you, to reach out to you. Those with cancer, they are struggling in a multitude of different ways, and you know this. And for many of them, it is vitally important for them to feel that connection. Perhaps there are avenues you have not looked down yet that will open that passageway for you. My feeling is you should step back and revisit and look at what you are looking for. Because you are here for a reason. But perhaps you are viewing something with one set of eyes in one direction. So I am going to suggest you turn around and look again. Adam. There are those who prefer their own company, who do not interact a great deal with other people, but this does not mean being alone. Sometimes with individuals, when they are searching for that partner, they have particular expectations around what they should look like or how they should be or whatever the case may be. They have rules. The best advice I can give you is to let go of those rules and follow one's heart. Because I can tell you that generally speaking, most individuals, there is someone out there who they have chosen to be with. And this choice has been made before incarnating. Sometimes they bypass it because it doesn't necessarily look the way it should, or it doesn't seem like it is right. Let me give you an example. This one here, he is from America, right? Now, with many people in America, they have this mentality that it's all about America. So he meets Janice, his wife. She is in Australia at the time. This is 1999. She knows he is meant to leave America and go to Australia to be with her. On one level, he knows this too. But he tried to rationalize it, saying, well, if Spirit had wanted us to be together, you would be in America. He got to the point where he realized that was not the case, and he finally did get on the airplane and went to Australia, which is why he is in New Zealand now. So I understand the pleasure and pain aspect of your question, and I understand your true desire to find your partner. So my recommendation to you is as follows. Let go of your rules. Let go of any expectations and open your eyes. You might be surprised at what you see. And step out a little more. Sometimes it is imperative to do so in order to meet who you need to meet, because you never know when you go somewhere just who you will meet. Robin, what happens when we pass over? There are some amazing beings. This one in Genesis, they call them the ushers. The usher's job is very simple. They escort the soul to where their physical body is going to be born. And in those fleeting few moments, that soul has a choice to enter into the incarnation when the physical body of the child is born, or just before or just after the birth, or not. Normally they do say yes, not always. So the usher assists in opening that passageway so the soul can enter into the physical body. The ushers also assist when there is what is termed a walk-in experience or a soul exchange. So one soul is leaving the physical body permanently and another soul is entering the physical body. This one went through it when he was 2. When you cross over, a couple of different things can happen. Number one, generally with native humans, humanity on, that is with planet Earth, they are assisted, just like Starseed, by the ushers, and they go into what is termed the near realms. And initially they create a scene or whatever that is based more in their beliefs. With Starseed, they cross over and generally they go into a different area of the near realms, which is actually a higher area vibrationally than where the native humans go. Let me put it to you this way. Let's say, because the near realms, which is around this planet, is 4th dimensional. So let's just say that native humans go into the area of the near realms, which is a level of 4.4. So it's the 4th dimension, but it's 4.4. Starseeds go into an area that is 4.8. So they are able to interact with their guides, with those individuals from their home. With native humans, they get together with their guides and they go through scenarios. They go through what they want to experience, karma that they want to balance. That has been the norm before now because karma is over with. Things that they want to learn, whatever it may be. With Starseed, they go through a similar process, but it's more along the lines of, how can I be of service in this incarnation? So perhaps it is balancing karma for somebody. This one did that for his stepfather when he was very young. Maybe it's getting cancer and overcoming it. Maybe it is, a whole wide variety of different things. Occasionally, and this happened after the last incarnation of starseeds who are currently incarnated on the planet, and this would include about 75% of the starseed which are on this planet right now incarnated, and who have been incarnated, those who have crossed over, say who are here like in the 60s and 70s, 80s and 90s, 2000s, that have already crossed over. After their last incarnation, they actually went back onto the ship. This is the ship where all starseeds go to prepare to come here. and they went there for a gathering, shall we say, to prepare for this incarnation, because this is the most vital incarnation so far, because this is where it's moved from phase 1 into phase 2 of Project Earth. This is why so many Starseed are awakening now. It's also why so many Starseed feel such a sense of homesickness, feel such a sense of, they don't want to be here. So when you cross over, you are met by the ushers. Then you are met with your guides, or you could even be met by those from your home. But what you need to understand is you are fine. And normally when you cross over, you drop your physical personality, shall we say, your experiences here, and it is stored within the Akashic records. So when you incarnate again, you just pick it up when you come back in, and this enables you to prepare more properly, shall we say, for your next incarnation. I hope that answers your question. Okay, Lee, I need you to finish your question. Margot. No. Margot, those humans that are ascending are feeling ascension type sicknesses. No, they are not. Those humans who are ascending aren't ascending yet. They won't be ascending for approximately another 4,000 years. They are nowhere near ready or prepared to ascend. They have just crossed over a barrier, which enables them to move forward in their evolution. There is still a long journey ahead for them. So no, they are not. No one. I am aware there are those going, "Oh, I'm feeling the ascension symptoms." They like talking about the ascension symptoms. There are no ascension symptoms or sicknesses. There are none of those things. Well, it is good that you are here then, Diana. Tina, how do I know what it is that I need to give up? I feel like I have given up things that no longer serve me, but I'm thinking there's still more. How can I understand what else there is? Think of it this way. Think of an onion, and you peel back the first layer. What do you have? Another layer. You peel that layer. What do you have? Another layer. You peel that layer. What do you have? Another layer. You see, you've lived many, many lifetimes. So what you do, I'll make this very simple. All of you, this is a wonderful thing you can utilize, all right? If you visualize it, if you cannot visualize it, feel it. You have a chest, like a proper chest. Now it can be ornate, it can be plain, whatever you've created, it's your chest. And you go through your body. Visualize. You find a closed door. It can be in your shoulder, it can be in your leg, it can be in your foot, wherever it is. Don't worry about where it is, just find the doors. You find a door, you open the door, and you might go, "Oh my God, it's so dusty in here." And you look. And you realize that all the things that's in this room, you don't need anymore. So you take all of those things and you put it into the chest. When that room is empty, the door will automatically close and the room will disappear. And once everything is in the chest and you close the chest, everything that was in the chest is transmuted and released and let go. If you can think back to an event in your life and you still feel emotional about it, you've not released that event. There are some things that you carry that you may not be aware of. So you go through yourself and find these rooms. Spring clean. And then once you've done that and you've gone through every room you can find, and 2 weeks go by, a month goes by, 6 months go by, and you do it again, guess what? There's a bunch more rooms. It is a process. You will be releasing things probably for the remainder of your incarnation. But that's not a bad thing. Every time you release something, once it's fully released, completely released, you don't have to worry about it anymore. So you move forward, always moving forward. And I am having connections with grid workers lately. Why is this happening now? They are working with the water and I don't know anything about it. I would say you do know something about it, and what you need to do is listen, watch, feel. The deeper you go, the more you will discover. There are many times when you have someone and there's something in front of them and they're like, I know nothing about this. And then they go and do it, and they do it wonderfully because it's already there within you. You see, Spirit doesn't give you these connections for no reason. I would say that there is something that you are there to listen to hear, to see, to connect with. Simply be open to the experience. When it happens, you'll know, and you'll know why. It may happen in a moment, in a day, in a month, or a year. Just allow. Be open. No rules, no expectations, and it will happen. Okay, Margot, no one is experiencing ascension sickness. They will experience different feelings with regards to the energies. That is true. The energies are shifting. There are new energies coming in. There is going to be a massive activation that is going to be occurring, as well as an activation and new energies coming in on the solstice. The activation will be carried out by the High Council of the GodStar. So that is going to happen. Normally, it's not ascension sickness, so you need to get away from that title. But when people experience things because of the energies, if it's kind of a blockage type feeling, if it's not flowing very well, is generally because that individual has a block that is keeping the energy from flowing properly, or the energy is not compatible with them, and all they need to do is, instead of trying to tap into it, just let it go by without reaching out for it. It's about understanding that energy that is for you and not for you. All it takes is practice, just being aware and open to it. Julia, am I on the right path? You're not going to like my answer, but I will give it to you anyway. What does your heart say? Yes or no? La Mira. Is the solar event happening? Are we going to have contact with our star family? I miss my star family and wish to reunite. I am looking forward to disclosure of new technologies and to live a life of community and true union. I sometimes feel very tired of this matrix, and yet I enjoy it too. I'm really ready for the new age. Yes, number one, the event has already happened. On any given night, you could go outside, and if it's a clear night, it is very possible that you would see a ship. As far as your star family, all you have to do is reach out with your heart and you will feel them. They are with you. Right now, with so many starseed awakening, those individuals who come from your home, who are part of your star family, they are with you. They have not abandoned you. They are in a different dimension. But if you reach out and you open your heart to connect, you raise your vibrational frequency, you can feel them. They are there with you. As far as the rest, that will come. Don't expect it tomorrow. It is being worked on to be released step by step. You have to understand something with individuals, especially the native human population on this planet. Change needs to be a little more gradual. So I can tell you it's being worked on as far as technologies go. It is being released. It is coming forward. It just takes some time. Ganesh, no, I'm not on drugs. Alex, in this moment, I would say no. Earth is not going to be destroyed with massive earthquakes. Energy, frequency, and vibration. It is vibrational frequency is like what we were talking about, the near realms, the native human population. They go into like where it is, say, 4.3 or 4.4, and starseed go into what is known as 4.7 or 4.8. That's a vibrational frequency. You can adjust the frequency you experience, the frequency you work with. You can raise it, you can lower it, you can alter it. You do this within. You do this from your heart. People experience vibrational frequency differently. There are some people listening to this now who can feel almost a magnetic energy around them. And others, as we have seen with Ganesh, thinks it's a joke. Does not matter. For there is just as much love for him as for everybody else. People experience this vibrational frequency differently. So a vibrational frequency is energy, and That is what it is. It can change things within an individual, around an individual. It can actually change things between individuals as well. But it's about understanding and utilizing the frequency in order to do what you wish to do. My apologies, but that is the best answer I can give on just a general question about vibrational frequency. Whoever put the question here about with Anne and grid workers, I've already answered that. Janie, truth be told, don't worry about it. Don't be concerned about it. Everyone's going to say you have to use this word or that word. This is the truth or that is the truth. Just follow your heart. Are you a starseed? Yes, you are. There are many starseed who are just awakening. It is important that you focus on connecting within your heart, with listening to your heart, discerning from your heart. You've awakened now because this is the time you set up to awaken. You have found yourself here for a reason. You are here now listening to me for a reason. As someone once said, follow the breadcrumbs. Always discern. So, remember, you are greatly loved, honored, and cherished. We thank each of you for your participation, and we thank you for everything that you give to us, because it enables us to give back to you. So many blessings to all of you.